out a bit.
What's he doing here?
Oh, excuse me, Dad.
How's she bearing up?
Fine, thank you.
I reckon there's going to be a few fireworks today.
Oh, yes?
I've been doing a bit of sniffing, and there's something going on.
Like what?
I don't know, but the prosecution are walking around like the cats that've got the cream. They've definitely got something up their sleeves.
I'm going to meet Laurel, then we'll see you in court, Alan.
Oh, you're coming?
We wanted to support Steph. That's okay with you both, isn't it?
Yes, of course. You ready?
No, not really. They've adjourned the proceedings till this afternoon.
Did they say why?
No.
Oh, thank you, Edna. Was there someone else?
Actually, there was. I wanted to thank you.
Thank me.
For the last few days.
Oh, I'm glad to be of service.
I don't know how I would have got through it if it wasn't for you.
I'm not interrupting her, Mother.
No, not at all. Edna was just thanking me for going to the blessing with her. We had a good time, didn't we?
We certainly did.
That's splendid. Now, I was thinking you and I should go somewhere interesting for lunch.
Oh, not a chance, I'm afraid.
Why not?
Because I've been away. I've got loads to catch up on.
Oh, surely you can spare a couple of hours for me.
I suppose I won't be able to...
Oh, all of these are urgent. And I've got another pile over there that I haven't even looked at yet.
Sorry. I'll have to get on with these.
So be it.
Tootsie.
Oh, don't worry, Edna. Tootsie loves her Auntie Rosemary.
Seeing as how she loves you so much, why don't you take her for a walk and leave me and Edna to get on with our work?
Tootsie, goodbye. Tootsie, don't cry. I take it you'll be running a book, eh? On the outcome of the Merry Murderess's trial. I'll have a tenner on guilty. You have a punt, Tony?
I don't think so.
I can't.
Why?
Because Alan is a very good friend of mine. That's why. Besides, a suggestion of yours is very poor taste.
I'm sorry. Don't mean you can't do it, though.
A fiver says not guilty. Want some help with those drinks?
Just the thing.
She could be innocent, you know.
You lost your marbles. One look at her and you can tell she's as guilty as hell.
Wait, Viv, look at things.
Well, you know where you can stick that.
What's wrong, my sweet?
This?
Despite pleas from villagers, Mrs. Viv Hope, 58,
I'm gonna sue him.
is determined to close Emmerdale's only post office. Councillor Eric Pollard called Mrs. Hope's actions outrageous and said he'd be looking into the matter.
Trust you to poke your nose in.
Just doing my public duty.
It's just your chance to get your name in the papers, that's all.
Stop fighting, you two. How do you fancy a little flutter?
I'm afraid we should drink these and make a move.
We want to make sure we get a good scene.
So what are the odds?
Well, we've got 3 to 1 acquitted.
7-4. Throw you the key.
You're running a book on me, ain't you?
Disgusting.
Oh, could you?
It's all right, Dad. Put that on not guilty. That's how confident I am.
So that's all booked then? Brilliant! Okay, bye.
Who's that?
Wrong number. I haven't had a customer all morning. Despite what my mum says, closing the post office is definitely affecting the takings.
Well, I thought you were on her side.
Well, I can see where she's coming from, but look at this. Hardly bursting at the seams, is it? If we carry on like this, we're going to go bust. We'll never afford our own house.
So what are you going to do?
Just try to get her to change her mind.
What are you doing here?
I might ask you the same question.
I'm here to support my friend. Plus, I'll have you know, I have a keen interest in legal matters.
I have.
Never miss an episode of The Mill. Shh. Shh.
All rise. You are Mary Stephanie Forsyth?
I am.
The defendant appeared at an earlier date and entered a not guilty plea to the charge on the indictment.
That's correct. I am not guilty.
Hey, Joe. Sound as that, will you, please?
I'm sure he's lost his marbles. Audrey signed his stupid petition yesterday. Well, it's not that stupid. Oh, yeah, I'm sure Bill Clinton would agree with you. Eh? Well, have you seen the names on it? Look, Paris Hilton, Miss Simpson, Princess Anne. I thought you were on your mum's side. Not anymore. What's happened? The boycott's really kicking in now. Forget taking it slowly. She won't have a choice when she's declared bankrupt.
I could do with this job. We need to get her to change her mind. Maybe Len's petition will work.
Not if people are taking the mickey, it won't. Actually, maybe it could.
You're back from lunch early?
I couldn't see any point in sitting on my own.
What's this?
Made you some cakes.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to put the kettle on.
I don't believe it. Next thing you know, she'll be washing your smalls.
You can have one if you like.
No, thanks.
Mmm. Oh, it's delicious.
So, are you going to tell me all about it?
About what?
A weekend with Edna. Was there lots of sneaking around hotel corridors?
Rosemary, do me a favour.
What?
Open up. Shut it.
Right, I'll do this year's Big Brother contestants. Apart from the one with the big boobs. I can't remember them. Right, I'll do football teams instead. Liverpool, Steven Gerrard.
She's coming.
Mum, sit down.
If this is about the post office, you're wasting your time.
Well, I think this might change your mind.
It's the size of a phone book.
Because that's how strong the feeling is.
I don't know half the people in here. Who's Ned Flanders?
Widower. You know, got 2 sons, Rod and Todd. You know him?
Do I?
Mum, does this not show you how much the post office means to everyone?
Oh, wait, hang on a minute. I ripped this out of one of my magazines for you.
Torso of the week.
Put aside. Plastic surgery. It's amazing what they can do these days. You see that woman? She had her nose bitten off by her stepson's cat. And apart from her nostrils being a bit off-centre, you can't tell, can you? You may pretend those scars don't bother you, but I know they do.
They don't.
Oh, come on, look at the way you're dressed. You used to be bursting out all over the place, and now you're all covered up. Just leave it for. There's no shame in it these days. Sure, Anne Robinson, they've all had it. I reckon it was the best thing I ever did, getting my beak done. And I had to pay for it. With scars like yours, you could probably get it done on the NHS. You want to think about it?
Members of the jury, prosecution alleged that on and around the 12th of April 2006, at the Grange Bed and Breakfast on Main Street, Emmerdale, Mary Stephanie Forsyth coldly and callously murdered her brother Terence. Mrs. Forsyth admits that she was there when Mr. Turner was killed. She even admits to helping dispose of the body. However, she insists that she wasn't responsible. She claims the perpetrator was her estranged husband and that she only went along with it because she was scared of him.
That's not the Steph I know.
You will also hear that
Because he's talking a load of rubbish, that's why.
What's he looking so smug about?
Well, ignore him. They'll be laughing on the other side of their faces when Steph's cleared.
Aren't you jumping the gun a bit?
What are you mothering on about?
If she's cleared, not when.
Good to know you've got friends supporting you in times of crisis.
I am just being realistic.
Liar. You're being downright nasty, and you know it. One more word from you, and this goes there.
The person who snatched Terence Turner's life away from him is sitting right in front of you now. That person is the defendant, Mary Stephanie Forsyth.
Look at her. She wants the jury to think that butter wouldn't melt. Let's see her face when she sees what we've got in store for her this afternoon.
Mr. Stott, you said it's your opinion that Mrs. Forsyth was stood directly in front of Mr. Turner when the fatal blow was dealt.
That's right.
Can I draw your attention to this, please? Members of the jury, I'd like you to turn to page 28 of your pack, a diagram of the ground floor of the Grange B&B. If Mrs. Forsyth was standing on the stairs when the blow was struck, is it still possible that the blood could have splattered her?
It's doubtful.
Oh, doubtful it may be. But what I'm asking you is it possible?
I suppose.
You suppose?
It could have.
So the defendant could have been in the room, not carried out the attack, and still have traces of blood on her clothes. Thank you, Mr. Stott. No further questions, my lord.
There you go, thank you. Okay. Tell him, Porkies. I heard what Val said to you before.
Do I really look that bad?
No, of course you don't. She didn't mean it. She was just trying to help, you know, in a Val sort of way. Take no notice of her.
You thought coming back to work might help. Take my mind off things.
And it hasn't.
There's times when I'm serving someone, just chatting about nothing. You know what it's like. And I'll laugh like I've not got a care in the world. And I remember that I have.
Can I say something? Yeah, you might have a few scars, but you're a young, attractive girl. You've got everything to live for. And I just wish that I could say the same about my Dawn. Think about that.
Come on, Mum, don't keep us in suspense. Has the petition done any good?
Got any plans tomorrow, Emma?
Don't change the subject.
I'm not. Are you busy tomorrow?
I'm not on the rota.
You are now. I need you in at 9.
You're going to reopen the post office. That's brilliant!
I couldn't let Terry Wogan down, could I?
Oh, you knew we made up some of the names?
Yeah, well, there were enough real ones there, and you've all gone to so much trouble.
You have made the right decision, Vivian. I'll put your soundbook up for you.
Oh, well, let's just hope the courier get me age right when they put it in the paper tomorrow.
Detective Inspector Carp, could you tell me when you first came into contact with the defendant?
Yes, it was on the 22nd of May 2006. I received a call from a Dr. Neeson.
Mrs. Forsyth's psychiatrist?
That's correct. She contacted me to pass on some information.
Information?
Relating to Mr. Forsyth and the death of Terence Turner. So I visited Mr. Forsyth and also met with Mr. Alan Turner, the defendant's father, and his friend, Mrs. Betty Eggleton. Mr. Forsyth indicated that he had no knowledge relating to Mr. Turner's death and also confirmed that his wife had recently been sectioned following a mental breakdown. He seemed genuinely upset by this.
My lord, D.I. Carp is a police officer, not an expert witness.
Please just answer the questions, D.I. Carp.
What happened when you visited Alan Turner?
Mr. Turner told me that he had last seen his son on the 22nd of February and that they'd parted on bad terms.
Was he aware of his daughter's allegation about Adam Forsyth?
Yes. In fact, he said she took him into the woods where she said they'd find her brother's body.
And of course they didn't.
Oh, no, of course not. He said there was no grave. So it was concluded that this was perhaps indicative of her having had a nervous breakdown.
Hey, that was Eric on the phone. He reckons the prosecution are having a field day, making Steph out to be a right nutter.
Well, you don't have to be a law professor to know that.
Hey, can I put some money on guilty?
No, you're gonna have to wait, sweetheart.
What are you doing? I'm gonna have to look at the odds.
What's going on?
Read it.
All right. Each contemporary design room has views of the city and their own patios or terraces.
The hotel also has the added attraction of a rooftop garden.
Sounds nice, doesn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, because we're staying there tonight.
What?
I've dipped into our savings. I thought we needed cheering up.
You got this place.
No, Val's giving you tonight and tomorrow off. Now hurry up before she changes her mind.
Oh, my...
Could you tell me why, when the defendant alleged that Adam Forsyth was in fact the murderer and not her, you did nothing to follow this up?
We did follow it up. As I said earlier, we spoke to Mr. Forsyth on several occasions. But there was no evidence that he had anything to do with Mr. Turner's murder.
But you have evidence on the defendant.
That's why she's here.
By evidence, I take it you mean the DNA from the blood splatters on the clothes.
Yes.
The defendant has never denied that she was in the room at the time of the murder. And a leading forensic scientist has confirmed that the blood could have splattered on her merely by her being in the room when the death took place.
That's his opinion.
But not yours.
No.
Is that because you took one look at the defendant, saw she had had previous mental health issues, and decided she was guilty?
No.
Then apart from the blood, there is nothing on the evidence disclosed to the defense that proves that Mary Stephanie Forsyth killed her brother Terence. Is there?
No.
No further questions, my lord.
Oh, she's good, isn't she?
No further questions, my lord.
Too right.
We are
She made
awaiting
mincemeat of him.
Things seem to be looking up.
Waiting. Thank you, my lord.
Here we go. This'll wipe the smirk off her face.
Just think, in a couple of hours' time, we'll be in our hotel room, glass of wine, gorgeous view.
Oh, no, listen, dare I ask if there's an early night on the card?
Very early.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just gonna be so good to get away from here, just for a bit.
Especially after your little meat fiasco.
The meat, right, no, I want to make this very clear. I don't need to ever mention that ever again.
Promise.
Uncle Moran! Hi. I've been looking everywhere for you. I need a favour, a big one.
What's going on?
I don't know. From the look on the defence team's face, it can't be good.
Shut up, you. Have you any idea what it is, Alan?
Ladies and gentlemen, a matter has arisen. We'll break off now and resume 10:30 tomorrow morning. All rise.
What's going on? The prosecution have called a new witness.
Who? Shan?
It's Adam.
Please, Marlon, it's only for one night.
Yeah, no, it's not convenient. We're going away.
I wouldn't ask if I weren't desperate.
What's so important, anyway?
I've got a job on.
Well, can't they stay with Del?
They love their Uncle Marlon.
Oh.
I'll ring the hotel and cancel.
Lily! Be good, kids. I won't forget this.
Oh, just don't do that.
Did she not hear me shouting?
Obviously not. I'm sorry.
It's not me you need to apologise to. What's Val going to make of 4 uninvited house guests?
Oh, where's Edna?
She's just gone.
Probably gone home to bake you some more cupcakes. No doubt she has a framed photo of you by her bedside. Oh, struck a nerve, have I?
No.
Don't worry, I have no intention of upsetting your one-woman fan club.
Listen, Rosemary, you may not like Edna, but I do. So give her a break, will you?
It's been miserable all day. Are you sure this is all right?
Right, just sit down and be quiet.
Leave away.
Oh, you're just gonna have to hold it in.
Have you thought about what you're going to say to Val?
Maybe she won't find out.
We can't keep 4 kids out of her sight all night.
What? Hey, this is Matty, Mark, Luke, John. It's a girl, long story. My nephews and niece. Let's have a big dingle hello for your Auntie Val.
No, never mind the introductions. What are they doing here?
We're looking after them for the night.
Why?
Why? Their mothers dumped them on us. That's why. It's only for one night.
No, it's not.
Mum told me to deliver this to you when she'd left.
I'm gonna flaming kill her.
A week?
Will you stop it? Come on, we're going to get this girl home. Get out of the way. You're just vultures. Go on. Clear off. That serves you right. Go on.
You won't get away with this.
I'll kill you first!
Stop her! You should be on trial for this, not me!
You're getting this.
Steph, this'll do you no good.
You will get what's coming to you.
See you tomorrow.